Airplanes. Start on your left foot, spread your toes, try to push that left foot down into the ground and bring your right leg to tabletop position. Now spread your arms and make fists with your hands. It's a little bit easier to hold the balance. If this is a little bit too challenging, you can hold on to the wall or a chair and then kick that right leg all the way to the back, hinging at that left hip, and then pull that right leg all the way up. And then kick that right leg all the way to the back. Try to keep it straight and then pull it back in. Hop. And then pull it back in. We'll go for 10 repetitions on each side. Find one point in front of you and try to focus your eyes on that one point. And you reach back and pull in. Reach back. And I think we have like 3 left. Reach back. Focus your eyes. Squeeze your core. Last 2. The standing leg is slightly bent so that it's not locked. The knee stays soft. And then one more time, kick it back and release, and let's switch sides. Stand on that right foot, bring the left leg to tabletop position. Make fists with your hands. Find one point in front of you, focus your eyes and really squeeze your core. Push that left leg to the back to hinge at your right hip and then lift up. Last 9. And left. Last 8. And left. Last 7. Push the floor away. Last 6. Powerful exhalation. 5 more. Good. Last 4. Make sure that you're not locking that standing leg. Stays nice and soft. And then 2 more times. Hop. And then 1 more. Reach and release. Great job. Lie down on your stomach. Bring your forearms on the mat underneath your shoulders and press your fists down towards the mat. Curl your toes underneath you and just peel your stomach off the mat. Keep pressing your forearms down and then slowly lift yourself up to hover your knees as well. We'll hold for a full minute in this position and then just lower one knee down to tap the mat and you switch. And you lower the knee to tap and then tap. Imagine that there is a fire on the mat underneath your belly and you want to pull that belly away from that fire. Squeezing your abs and lifting. We are almost halfway there already. Keep pushing your forearms down so you're not staying on your elbows, but it's the full forearm that holds your body weight. And you tap and you tap. Find a rhythm that feels good. Allow the breath to just flow through your body. And you're lifting. Powerful exhalations, 15 seconds to go. And you tap and tap, you can do it. And it's last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then release. Sit back on your heels and just give yourself a nice child's pose stretch. Well done. Grab a hand towel and then fold it lengthwise in half. And then fold it one more time. So we have one long rectangle. Then from here, just fold it in half so it's a little bit thicker, a little bit higher up. Now bring your hands on your pelvis and see how high your pelvis goes. So I want you to be aware where the top of your pelvis is, how high does it go, where it's finishing, and that's where your towel will go, just above that hip bone. So please lay yourself down on the mat with that towel just on top of that hip bone, just a little bit above it. And then straighten your lower arm, relax your head on the mat, and keep your bum in one line with the back end of the mat. Now, if you can, bring your both knees just in one line with the front of your hips. So we have our glutes already stretched. Now squeeze your feet together, bring your top hand in front of you, and see if you could lengthen your spine a little bit more. So feel like you want to reorganize your whole spine. You're reaching with your tail away, the crown of the head away from you as well. Almost like your spine is like an elastic band and you could lengthen it here on the mat. Then your top hand will go just behind your pelvis against that bony part of your pelvis, and then lift your top knee all the way up, as high as it can go without pressing the pelvis into your hand. Now from here, think about that thigh bone internally rotating to lower down. And then you're turning it out to lift and you're turning it in to lower. So we don't want to allow the leg to just fall down and relax. You want to feel like you're controlling that motion. And every time you're turning it out, you want to get a little bit more out of the movement. Good. And let's go for 10 of those, turning out and turning in. See if you could go a little bit higher with each repetition. And if this will become easy, you could add a band around your thighs. Turn it out, turn it in, and then turn it out, turn it in. Great job. Let's switch sides. Lie down on the other side of your body. Keep your bum aligned with the back end of the mat. Bring the towel just above that hip bone. Relax your head on your arm and then bring your knees ideally in one line with your hips, and make sure that your knees are even length so you don't have one knee farther behind or farther forward. Just stacked on top of each other. Top hand will go just behind your pelvis, and you turn your top leg out, and then think about the thigh bone internally rotating. Almost like that leg is like a screw inside your hip, and you're turning it out and then turning it in. We're going for 10 repetitions, and you're turning it out and in. Hop. Good. Make sure that your pelvis is not pushing into your hand, so you keep your hips nice and still, and you're trying to find a little bit more space inside that hip socket without movement in your pelvis or your spine. Last 3. Last 2. One more, and release. Great job.